Staring at herself in the mirror on the restroom door. Voices in her head that mirror what she's heard before. All the things they said to hold her back.
Hey guys, I wanted to make a video talking about working when you have MS. I work full-time and I have progressive relapsing MS, and I work Monday through Friday and I work 8-hour shifts and I do not get a break. So I see this a lot in my support groups. Everyone talking about, can you work, can't you work, should you be on disability? Honestly, everyone is different. Some people say they can work and they have no issues, and some people absolutely can't work. Everyone's MS is definitely different. For me, I'm just gonna, share my experience with working. I've been working at the same job for over 2 years, and in the beginning, when I was more healthy, I did my job very proficiently. I could remember faces, I could remember truck numbers. I deal with a lot of numbers throughout the day because I work in a truck stop and I run a scale too, so I need to know spelling, and I have a keyboard in front of my face, and I was always quick, very fast, didn't need to think about something more than a second and I was already doing it. So in the beginning of January of this year is when my symptoms were really bad. I had prior visits for things, but that will be another video. But January of this year is when my symptoms were really bad. In the beginning of January, I noticed, I would forget what I was thinking about. I would look at a keyboard and for a second I would forget, what to type. And I started moving slower at my job, and everyone was like, oh no, what's wrong with Tiffany? Because I always have done my job overly well, and my boss and co-workers always expected this from me. And I've always not taken lunches because my boss doesn't have the coverage for it. So pretty much at that point I was still not taking breaks. I'm like, okay, this is whatever. And as my MS has gotten worse and I've gotten more flare-ups, I have been calling out more. I lose about a day at least a week, sometimes 2 a week of work because I can't handle going in because of my flare-ups. For me personally, it has affected my job 100%. I have a hard time looking at the keyboard like I used to, remembering my regulars, remembering truck numbers that I would normally remember, processing what the driver's saying to me. Sometimes someone will speak to me and I cannot for the life of me hear what they're saying. And it worries me, definitely. But what annoys me and why I wanted to talk about this is because everyone is different. And when you go to work and you first find out you have MS, and if you're working, and this happened to me personally, and I've seen other people talk about it, so I know it's happened to the others, but you go to work and the first couple weeks, everyone knows something's wrong with you, and everyone's like, oh no, they're all feeling bad for you and whatnot. But then that wears off, and then your boss and your coworkers, they all expect you to just pretty much work the way you used to work. And it frustrates me because everybody at my job thinks that I can just function normally like I used to, and my boss included. And I'm at the point where I am thinking about lowering my days. I really don't want to, but I'm pretty much working 4 days a week anyways because my flare-ups are so bad. And it doesn't help I don't get breaks. it really sucks that I don't get a lunch break because my legs are burning, my feet are tingling, and I would just like that 30 minutes to sit there and pretty much just, process and, eat my food, sit down, just have a break from thinking about numbers and people and talking. But I don't get that. So I think that's what also makes it worse. Plus, my job is very stressful, and I'm already a person who stresses, and I've noticed that I do get a lot of symptoms when I'm more stressed out, and it does not help because my job's stressful, and it's putting a lot of stress on me. So when I was thinking about this, it's like, oh my gosh, someone was like, oh, you should be able to work normally, and but that's just not the case. Not everyone is the same with MS. Like, everyone thinks I look fine, but that's not the outside. I look perfectly healthy, but I'm in so much pain, and I'm just getting tired of seeing everyone talking about how everyone should be able to work and this and that, and I just wanted to make a video to clarify that that's not true for everyone, and yes, you should still try to work. I'm not saying don't work, because definitely I'm going to try to work, but it's not true that MS does not affect your working ability. And it really just depends on how, what type of MS you have. So I've seen people talk about how they go to like a regular 9-to-5 job, and they work through and they're perfectly fine, but someone with progressive MS or like progressive relapsing MS like myself, I'm sure there's others who agree with me that working is not okay. It is very hard to get through the day. So I'm confused that people think that everyone is the same. So I just wanted to make a video to rant about this, because I'm in a support group, and I'm in, I see people on Facebook posting, and it just bothers me that people have that mindset. And honestly, you can't compare anyone else when it comes to MS, because there's the common symptoms, but then there's different symptoms that everyone deals with. And for me, working is painful. I can go and work I'm like 3 days in, and then by day 3, I'm like, oh my gosh, my legs, my brain, I'm forgetting things, I'm getting migraines, my legs are burning, and by day 4, I'm just done. I am burnt out. I'm ready to call it quits. I'm pretty much zoning out, losing concentration, my whole body hurts, and what usually happens is by day 4, I'm having like a terrible flare-up, and ending up losing work, and I have paperwork for that, for if I need to, but it just, it's very scary, because in the beginning of the year, when I first started symptoms January 25th, so at the beginning of January, I still was normal pain, but it wasn't that, like, anything that was affecting me, and now I can't work like I used to, and people expect it, and it bothers me, because it's just the fact that people expect me to be how I used to be, and I can't change it. So I just wanted to like make a quick video and talk about this, and if you have experience with MS and you're working or you're not working, let me know in the comments. So thanks guys for listening.
Staring at herself in the mirror on the restroom door. Voices in her head that mirror what she's heard before. All the things they said to hold her back, they never seem to leave her head and tend to keep her mind at war.